Hi, I'm Tom, and this is a Diabotical match review. Today we're back with Zorakwar versus Vedmedik. We're in Map 2 of the Test Tournament Duel Series Grand Final from December. Zorak is one up in the series, winning Perilous. We're now going into Skybreak. Much more Vedmedik's map, I think. You know, a lot more opportunities to just take big aim fights and really use his big aggression, and especially some strong rockets, I think, could go a long way here. Alright, so it's Ved with the yellow armor mega spawn. He gets a little bit more here, but he needs to watch out for the pincer coming in from Zorak. Zorak's job is to hit a pincer shot right now. Even though he got less on the map, if he hits a pincer, he'll equalize the stacks and be in position on red. So Ved being really tricky here. Zorak sneaks through and gets that shaft. That's really important. Ved, really does not want to take that pincer shot. Zorak's going to be coming in. Really unfortunate. It's basically the worst situation. Zorak takes no damage. He's going to back away onto that red, and he's going to have time to get into Mega Ved. I like the position to try and cut Zorak out from this room altogether. Zorak still comes in this way. He has potential to come through this teleporter, doesn't, opts for the lift jump instead, takes very little damage going up, takes a fair bit of damage coming down, excellent exit damage onto Ved, and Zorak, I mean, he's not super stacked here, right? So Ved, he's playing thinking about this yellow. He's happy to trade off these armors just to stay alive, and he doesn't have a bad stack. Zorak doesn't just get a free, easy push here. He's got to be considerate, and he's got to look for these opening shots. Ved needs to be careful coming forward here, because Zorak surely is going to be nearby, and this is a chance for Zorak to push. Zorak making some good damage. The lift jump there goes really well for Ved, and actually his rocket spam is on point. Gets Zorakwar down to pretty much 0 HP, and out of nowhere, or out of a situation that looked good for Zorak even, Ved with some really tricky movement, able to actually flip it around. This should be the first frag. The swap to rocket, no, he didn't have any LG ammo left, or shaft ammo, sorry. And so we've got a kind of similar situation to what we saw a few times last game, right? We're getting good damage, but we're not seeing frags on the board, and Skybreak tends to be quite a fast map, so 2 minutes of game, with some decent damage exchanged, but no frag. It's very abnormal. Ved a bit early onto this mega, and this might make him a sitting duck. Ooh, really interesting actually that Zorak stuck over near that yellow armor, and unfortunately we don't have game sound, otherwise that would have been a bit easier to know about. But the important thing is Ved has 200. Zorak, no slouch. He has been collecting the smaller armors on the map. Ved looking for Zorak to collect this blue. He gets the sound cue, and he's set up ready for the drop. It's going to be hard for Ved right now because Mega and Red come up at the same time. This is a great chance for Zorak to get on one of the items. I like this position up here. Ved, he's not going to push through the teleporter in a hurry. He just wants to make as much damage as he can, and he doesn't make that much. So Zorak comes out with a net win, but critically, Ved's Mega has pretty much ticked away, and Zorak, he's just picked up a clean one. Yellow's going to be up, and it looks like Ved, not really thinking about it, not really pushing over there, gives it away to Zorak pretty much free. And I think that actually gives Zorak the stack advantage for the next fight. And Ved, I don't know what he's doing here. I mean, he expects Zorak to come this way, but he's obviously not coming this way. And now Ved's waited too long. Red's going to come up. Ved clearly at a disadvantage now. Oh no. And it looks like when that didn't pan out for Ved, he just kind of froze. He's hit really, really good damage, right? Like almost could have gotten the frag there damage, but it was just really unnecessary, and he doesn't know when this red armor is now. It looks like, that situation really threw him. I can't tell what happened. Like, did he think red was at a different time and he had time to wait there longer, and now his whole cycle's been thrown off? I have no idea. The important thing is, we're 3.5 minutes into a game on Skybreak, and we've still seen no frag exchanged. Very, very abnormal. Cool, so this is a great time for Zorak to get damage. Zorak would love a fight in Mega Room right now. Ved is wise to not give it to him. And you grab that armor and you disappear, because if Zorak's nearby, he's going to be looking for you there. Ved even making sure to collect the shards. Mega's been collected, Ved looking for the exit damage. He knows that, yellow and red should both probably be up, and yellow is going to be the item that he's going to be able to sneak away with. And even though he's been so far behind, he's doing a great job of building up these armor stacks, and now he's, he can't go through this teleporter, but he's ready to fight. Red's going to be up first. Ved, again, he's kind of hunting for these rocket openings, but Zorak isn't going to give them to him. There's no reason for Zorak to be skulking around the bottom of the map here. He is just going to be playing these top positions, these strong positions. Ved goes for the lift jump, gets that mega, and gets out. Zorak dashes in for the exit damage. Nothing really comes of it, right? I like the idea of dashing in there. It seems fairly obvious once you see it play out that Ved's going to grab that Mega and dive down, so Zorak looks for the trap, just doesn't quite get there in time. A little bit of video interference there, sorry about that. Ooh, I actually want to rewind just for a second. I try not to rewind much when I do these, but that was some interesting movement, okay? So Ved comes around this corner, Zorak's there. I don't know, I feel like Zorak played that corner really well. You don't normally see people move quite like that, and it opened up, it didn't really come to anything, but it just looked interesting. Red's going to be up. This is what I want to see from Ved. I want to see him get to this position right here, hit some shots, or at least put some pressure down. He doesn't make any damage onto Zorak there. It's really unfortunate. Great to respect that passageway if you get stuck there while your opponent's OGing you, especially if you don't have Shaft out yourself. You know, you just lose your stack and you open yourself up for a frag. So a big reason why we're 5 minutes into this game and no frag has been exchanged is that Ved is really cautious of how Zorak is trying to frag him, or how Zorak could try to frag him. Really good defensive damage from Ved there, but Zorak, he engineers a situation, he pushes in, he takes a shitload of damage, but it doesn't matter because that red armor's coming up. And this is exactly why Zorak can be such a scary player, because even though you think you're getting good damage, if you aren't thinking about those items, he will walk all over you by making situations like that happen when you don't want them. Zorak looking to get damage. Oh, he expects Ved to back away, but actually gives up the Mega doing so. And it's interesting that Zorak plays so far forward there. Again, looking for Ved to maybe drop down, looking to get the trap, looking to get more on the board in terms of score. Zorak really wants an opening. With the red and the Mega synced up, it's the perfect time to split off these items, and if Zorak can hit the opening shots to avoid that, he also knows that Ved doesn't have the pincer, so that means that certain plays are just going to be much safer. Zorak spams out as much as he can. He's going to equalize the stacks, but also end up in position onto Mega. I think he fails that jump, like, regardless of what Ved does there. I think that was just noob movement, and that costs him massively. Ved surely going to try and push in for something here, and yeah, cuts Zorak off from rotating around towards the red. Zorak forced to play with no HP. Actually stacks up pretty quickly, and he's really quick to get into this position, and it's odd that Ved lets that red armor go over to him, right? Like, did he forget the time? Did he just not anticipate that Zorak could get there so quickly? Oh, this is an interesting situation. Ved with the rocket rush off the spawn. That was a good time to pause. What's going to happen? Okay, Zorak's going to jump up here. Ved's going to come out. I reckon Ved gets this frag. If he gets a good first rocket, which he does, 2 rockets, all it takes. And when the stacks are low, there's a lot of value, especially on this map of the rocket rush off the spawn. If you know your opponent's going to be, in one of the vulnerable positions. If Ved gets into this room, this is scary for Zorak as well. Zorak uncharacteristically standing on that red armor early. Okay, usually you would expect Zorak to be in a position where he was trying to block Ved out of the room, ready to back away onto the item as it spawned. Very odd to see Zorak committed to that item there, because once Ved gets into the room, it's anyone's fight. But especially with Zorak standing on the item, it's a much easier rocket for Ved to hit. So really solid for Ved there, like just committing so hard to that room and taking advantage of how Zorak was positioned. Okay, both items synced up again. Ved trying to hedge his bets between both, looking for opening damage onto Zorak. Zorak's here. Oh, Zorak is so prepared for that push though. And I mean, it's not going to be huge, right? We're still going to get a split. Terrifying potential for exit damage there. And yeah, we've just seen so many split items and so many exchanges that really haven't amounted to that much. I've been more impressed by Ved so far. I think he's got a lot of potential to win this one. Zorak gets in close for the fight, but not really when he wants it. Oh, he does deny that red armor before he goes though, and that makes a huge difference. Zorak knows that he can get in. I mean, look at timing that blue armor, right? Like, that isn't just... He probably rushes even if he gets the blue armor, but I'm sure Zorak knows there that blue armor is up. Ved tries to get the pressure on the exit for the Mega and doesn't make much. So Zorak right now, with red coming, he's ahead, he has the weapon advantage, and yeah, he does well to push Ved out of that room. Again, the major items are synced up here. Zorak just wants to go in, and that's an interesting time for Zorak to commit. Usually you don't see Zorak commit when the items are split like this. There's a lot of time right now where Zorak doesn't have a lot of stack, and there's potential for Ved to rush in with rockets or something and get that opening damage. And there's a good opening rocket for Ved. Zorak's hit good shaft in return, but this is a great fight for Ved to be taking right now. Zorak really scared of the jump across for Mega. And we get a split of the items, and Ved's done really well. He realized well what he could take advantage of there based on the timings. Oh, Zorak, he gets around onto this yellow, and again, that's such a Zorak play. He doesn't even care that he dies. He wants to make sure that, because like Ved is there and it's going to be an awkward fight no matter what, that the most important thing is he gets that yellow armor and stops Ved having any stacks, so that now off of the respawn, Zorak actually is favored towards this red. Zorak needs to, make sure that Ved can't just get into this position. He does a good job of that. And now, 3 seconds into Mega, Zorak gets there first, and Zorak is going to take both items again, giving himself full control and giving himself a good opportunity to push in towards this yellow as well, denying yellow. And I wonder when Zorak committed to that last yellow armor, if he realized the rotation of items was going to go like that. You know, that's the level of brain that I associate with Zorak. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit there, but I would not be surprised if Zorak foresaw that entire rotation of the items in that last encounter. Ved commits a lot to that blue armor, and it's gonna be a huge risk. Zorak pushes in. Again, he knows that he can commit right now. A fight in the Mega Room's perfect for him. As long as he doesn't die, the Mega's gonna be up for him, so any damage he takes just completely gets nullified. Good to see Ved finally hitting a pincer. Anything he can do to slow down the stack of Zorak here, because yet again, Zorak just has the item to fall back on, and Zorak now has time to get into this yellow to pressure it. Again, fighting at this yellow would be great for Zorak right now. I think it's wise that Ved doesn't go for it, because with Red and Mega at the same time, like that yellow is where Zorak's going to be, and he's going to want to try and get the frag before these items so that Ved doesn't have anything to play around. As it stands, Ved doesn't have much to play with anyway, but at least he has guns and can do something, right? I don't like the way Ved moves there. I think that just opens himself up for a lot of damage. I think his best bet was to just try and leave that room and get to Red quickly. Instead, he doesn't really achieve much. Zorak still has this monster stack. I guess he has wasted Zorak's time enough that he's broken the timing, kind of the cycle that the red and the yellow are in. Ved able to steal away that yellow. Red and Mega again at the same time too. Ved knows that Zorak's above. Good damage. Ved able to equalize. If he hits exit damage onto this red, he would have been in a great spot. Unable to connect with it there. Oh, Zorak makes the dive up for that Mega, and again, he's going to know that any damage he takes there pretty much just gets nullified by actually collecting the Mega. Oh, Zorak pops out when Ved doesn't expect him, as Ved tries to push in. Again, like, I really like that Zorak is varying up what he's doing here. I think he's varying up his positions and his play and making more efforts to catch Ved out here than Ved is doing in return. Ved's played very safe. He's played the bottom positions a lot. He's looked for opening rockets a lot. But I haven't seen too many moments when he's really, like, getting in Zorak's head and working out what he wants to do. You know, it feels very much like Zorak has been firmly in the driver's seat here. We're into mutual golden frag. Next frag on the board is going to win the game. Oh boy. Nice damage by Ved here, but surely this is the end of the game. And yeah, you know, he was set up for a bigger bounce. He was set up to really, like, make sure that he didn't just throw everything away there. If he let Zorak get that red armor, it was probably going to be GG, because Zorak was going to be able to push in anyway, so kind of a rock and a hard place. Really interesting skybreak, you know, a lot of damage exchanged, but not many frags on the board, a lot of backing away, a lot of very safe play by Ved. I think he really didn't play to his strengths here, and yeah, it's looking very, very scary. It's looking like it might be a 3-0 in this best of 5 series. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I've recently launched a website, gaming.tommarks.xyz, where you can learn about me, view my event and video schedule, and I've also set up a donation link for people who want to support the show financially. As always, like and subscribe. There's going to be more videos like this, so watch this space, and I'll see you next time.